Hello and welcome all. Starting off this wonderful ceremony will be the Wolf River Group Tribal Drum Team with their pre-ceremony song and dance. Now, giving our welcoming and opening remarks is Dr. Walls, the 5th president of the Milwaukee School of Engineering.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. It's great to be here. What a great day this turned out to be. And I just want to say that on behalf of the faculty, the staff, the students of Milwaukee School of Engineering, it is truly an honor for us to be here and to be a part of this special event. So Monday is Indigenous Peoples Day, a day that honors the culture and the history of Native American people. Today, we are here to celebrate a unique collaboration between my institution, MSOE, the Menominee Tribal Enterprises, and Milwaukee Recreation. Over the past year, students in MSOE's University Scholars Honors Program worked with our partners on a project to bring 2 symbols of peace to an urban park in Milwaukee. A peace tree, which follows in the tradition of Native American people, and a mural created by local Milwaukee artist Rozalia Singh. This initiative is yet another wonderful example of our institution doing its part to not only educate great engineers and nurses and computer scientists and business students for corporations and organizations around Milwaukee, but also using our greatest resource, our people, to support our community. Our students' work combines hands-on learning, real-world applications, and community service. Their work with Menominee Tribal Enterprises allowed them to explore innovative ideas build relationships on campus and beyond, and develop what we call the MSOE mindset. And our students and our community are the better for it. I want to acknowledge MSOE's Create Institute, especially Natalie Viega, for helping bring this project to life, as well as Professor Candela Marini from our Scholars Honors Program for her work with our students. I also want to thank our partners at Milwaukee Recreation for their help in identifying such a great location for this amazing mural, which celebrates the diversity of our community and the white pine, an Iroquois symbol of great peace with a new unity together and growing as a nation. What wonderful and timely words. So again, it is our pleasure and our honor to be a part of this event. Thank you for being here.
Hello and welcome all. My name is Danny Scoville. I'm one of your MCs today. Standing beside me are Ali Ladwig, Miles Aquendo, and Owen Pajemski. We are a part of the Milwaukee School of Engineering's Honors Program and the Grow Together initiative. Last year, we all signed up for community projects as a part of our honors program. Miles and I chose the Milwaukee Peace Tree. Mary and Owen chose the Mural project. Both of these were sanctioned under a larger project for Earth Day 2021, which the wonderful Nels Hughes presided over. Miles and I located the possible locations for the tree, helped plan the ceremony, and supported Nels any way we could. Allie and Owen sought possible locations for the mural, combed through multiple artists, and helped with the t-shirts and logos. While this project was meant to be during Earth Day 2021, COVID-19 had other ideas. Through multiple setbacks, COVID-19 and a little bit of crying, this beautiful project emerged. And what kept us going was not the grade, not the recognition, but the meaning and impact that this will have on our surrounding community.
Community, unity, diversity, and empowerment were at the root of both the mural and the tree, as it represented underrepresented groups of Native tribes in Milwaukee. With Pulaski Park being near many schools, our goal was to instill in these values in students that are still in development and become valuable and culturally informed members of society. From here, by making the MTE mural open to the public, we included the surrounding community in this growth as well. This project allowed us to expand upon the mechanical subjects we complete day in and day out at MSOE and focus on the interpersonal and moral values that can be easily lost in science and mathematics. MSOE students are more than that, and by incorporating the beautiful city of Milwaukee into telling that story and inhabiting the spirit of the community had great importance to my team and me. The word spirit suggests an experience in which one feels touched or moved by something that cannot be felt or seen or grasped, typically depicted by using symbols. To the Oneida people, the white pine is a symbol of great peace that united their separate tribes into an enduring league during a time of disintegration. Truly, what more of a beautiful message could be at the center of both of these projects than the various communities that surround us?
I always kind of hated listening to speeches about global warming, but it just feels like such a large issue that no one can really tackle. Like, I don't think I make a huge difference because I'm just one person, and there's always the big companies that you can blame, and they do all of it. Until we get to the point that we can do those companies sustainably, we have to focus on what we can do. So just the minor changes in our life. Like, who here is wearing a disposable mask instead of a reusable one? It really doesn't make a difference to you in the moment, but it's something that can make a difference along the way. So there's a lot of people here. If everyone stopped wearing disposable masks for the next week, it could be up to like 100 disposable masks that wouldn't be disposed anymore. It's these little things that you can do every day that would make the biggest impact because it doesn't really cost you anything. And we can't all be like the Menominee Tribal Enterprises forests where they're so sustainable, but we can do the little things along the way.
Over the course of this project, we've learned many, many lessons, but by far the most applicable and useful is that we cannot do this alone. Miles alone could not clean up the entire planet. I alone could not create sustainable forestry. Allie alone could not unite communities. Danny might be able to plant a white pine like this by himself, but it'd be a lot easier if he had some help. Speaking of help, I would like to once again thank our professor, Dr. Candela Marini, along with Bridget Linzak and Natalie Villegas of the Create Institute, for all the endless wisdom and guidance they gave us over the course of this project. Without them, we truly would not have been able to accomplish it. I'd also like to thank the artist of this mural, Miss Rozalia Hernandez Singh, for the countless hours and work she put into this and the dedication she had to this project. Finally, I'd like to thank Dan Schinkel and Pam Lynn. Tested. Good? Alright. I'd also like to thank Dan Schinkel and Pam Lynn of Milwaukee Rec, as well as Joellen Verdue and Saj Patchenperry of MSOE Honors. Without all of these great people and more, we certainly would not have been able to bring you this tree or the mural today. Alone, we all have our own unique abilities and talents, but together is when real change happens. Together is how we can preserve our future. Together is how small changes turn into global initiatives. Together is how we've made it this far, and together is how we will continue the next 50 years. On that note, I'd like to welcome up Nels Hughes and Tia Nelson of the Menominee Tribal Enterprises.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's a great privilege to stand up here today to talk about this peace tree and what does it mean and where did this idea come from. These students at MSOE have been working on this for well over a year. Can you imagine being in school, guys, and working on one thing for the whole year? It's incredible. But they were able to do it. And we got started with this thing and we thought, wow, we're gonna come out of this and we're ready to go for Earth Day and we're gonna plant this tree. Before Earth Day came, we were in a pandemic. We had to cancel what we wanted to do. We had to come up with some new plans. The whole world was looking at something that most people have never seen before. Then we went from that pandemic into other things that the world was going to struggle with. Violence, protests across the nation and around the world. People are looking for a change. What are we going to do? Does this peace tree have something to do with that? Kind of think so. Followed by a presidential election. This country was split right down the middle. Still fighting and talking about it today. So we had all these things creating huge anxiety and division amongst people in this country and even around the world. Trees have been an important spiritual symbol to many human cultures. Evergreens symbolize immortality and eternal life because they retain their leaves throughout the winter. The white pine tree is a symbol of that great peace. The peace tree symbolizes the unity of all life and the struggle of order and growth against chaos and disintegration. The white pine is linked to one of the most universal spiritual symbols in the world. The symbol of unity, together, changing and growing as a nation. That's what we want out of this. And for each of these trees that is planted around the state of Wisconsin, schools around the state of Wisconsin, Chicago, and other places, we got to start someplace, and we feel like this is a good place to start. We are so grateful that one of our partners, Menominee Nation's partners, the Oneida Nation right outside of Green Bay, was part of this original tribe of 5 that did the peace tree. And you're going to hear a gentleman talk about that today. It's their story to tell. It was our story to be able to bring that pine tree from our great sustainable forest here for you to enjoy, hopefully for many, many years. We had a tree that was just hit by lightning not long ago. Then my forester called me up and he goes, Nell, I think we got your tree for Chicago. Like, my tree for Chicago needs to be alive. He goes, no, I meant the one that you're going to put in the Field Museum. This tree was born in 1831. Was still alive until it got hit by lightning. We cut that tree up. And in May 20th of 22, you can go down to the Field Museum in Chicago, take a field trip class, and you can see the cookie of that tree cut. And you can see when it was born in 1831. You can look at the Civil War when that was. And a huge event that happened today. Anybody know what that is? Anybody know their history? A huge event in Wisconsin happened today. Right over here. What is that?
Big fire in Peshtigo.
The big fire in Peshtigo. The Peshtigo fire was today at the Chicago fire. Today. Did we learn from that fire? I would like to say that people in Wisconsin did learn from that fire. We don't seem to be having the issues that they're having in other parts of the country. So maybe we learned a little bit. Maybe we're just blessed. But we're going to find out about that. Look at this peace tree. When we're talking, when my friend from the Oneida comes up here. And if you were that large peace tree that we took down for the Field Museum in Chicago, 231 feet tall, the branches of the tree do not fight amongst themselves, but they all work together in cooperation to benefit the whole body. Remember your roots. Be flexible in a storm. Drink plenty of water. Be content with the natural beauty. And while you're there, enjoy the view. Thank you.
Now, please help me welcome Robert Brown, who will talk about how the spirit of a white pine tree inspires us.
Sagolis Wakweg. He yell he Hakwego what Nico play and dust. Nega ika Nicolandod. Negi nachte ne wahadinado but ne tone in wasot slat tone. Ne Scalupiaze goa ne wahadinado. Ne sa ne wahadinado but you'd love to say go. Ne hof nefta ne quiga ika nuwa. Wada dumpa. Ne ona ne tone, ne lu negas, ne wa awane. Ne chiknu, ne yikwata honchaya, to wa awane. Wachok nach desu, ne ona ne tunu, ne de holi lunga skenhas. Kahwachilaya nus, yaskana, ne de hadinuktanis. Onekpi, wahuatan yehtes, sagwaya isu. Soyada. Ne lau hardware go ne na subat ni ko play doctors. Ne net kayelia go tunu ne nyulikwag. Ne hakwe go wasabwanado ne ga ika ne nigalandod. Wata. Ne ga ika hoda ne tunu ne ona ho ne tagwi ne wahanado. Ka ne doske. Ne ona ne tone. Ne was a bofloli, ne whisk, ni was. Ne ona ne ladia nisso. Ne na hadilun dutch. Ona quia goji nachte, ne hofnag. Ehtag, ona go. Ne na hadio, ne nachte. Ne ona ne tunu yudlio dakwa. Yassego, ne taho nutste. Yassego, ne tunu ne tahadi andelhane. Waksada, Tadikupsundajes. Da ne quiga ikawa awan ne tone. O na kui ka ika ne tunu wa sukwanado se. Neo na ne sa. Kaye yo te lo te oiska ne wa sokoda. Waska. Otolega yo yelad. Uska. Yate wat santos. Kale uska. Anjani kale uska. Kagays. Wa hakwe go na wahang. Ne ka ika ne tunu. Ang kaliwayan dah wahage, nega ika nikaludoda, jotkot yunhe, jotkot pi tsagate ayunhe ke, nejik nahte wais wali pisan. Da ne akwe kung ne tunu ne wahayil, tunu ne nyulikwag, nejik kaya ne tunu ne wasakwanuk sunikte, ne nejik kaya li akwe kung oda ne tunu wasakwa ikoklayan dah nukse, ne tone wahisla denyu pa iwasat sa kong. Greetings to all of you here today. And I told Nels that I'll try to cut it under 10 to 15 minutes. And then some of our words in our language are a little longer than that. But anyhow, as I was explaining, that there was a time in our history of our people, our ancestors, that there was great strife that was taking place amongst all of the peoples throughout North America, throughout all of the various places. And so it was at that time that it was decided that we say that there was a messenger that came amongst our people who was known as the peacemaker. And at that time, the peacemaker, he gathered nations together. And at that time, we were one of those nations. We were part of those nations. We are still part of those nations as a confederacy. And so we say that at that time, the peacemaker, he symbolized this particular kind of a tree. And he gave it a name, Skaluhyase Kowa, meaning it grows tall into the sky. It goes skyward because it's such a tall tree. He also named it Yundlahtase Kowa, the tree of long leaves. He also mentioned that. What we say today, Oneida, today is what we refer to as the white pine. And at that time, he said he understood that he was going to utilize this tree to be that symbol. Because if you look at these needles or these leaves on this white pine, there's a cluster of 5 that are bound together. And that symbolized the 5 nations that came together as a confederacy at that time. And so at that time, he also had asked the 50 chiefs that he had set up, and that they would take this tree, and they would take a live tree, and they would uproot the tree. As they uprooted the tree, it is understood that down far below were caverns, where there was waters that ran through. And what they were told to do by the peacemaker was to cast all of their weapons of war and never to fight one another again. And so it was then that they cast all of their weapons for them to be taken away, and so that their children and their grandchildren and the grandchildren's after that would never see that there would be war amongst one another again of our people. And so it was also understood that there are 4 white roots that extend in the 4 directions, one to the north, one to the west, one to the south, and one to the east. And it was also understood that whoever is able to find those roots and trace it back to its source, this is where that they will find that there will be peace among the people who are beneath the shade of this tree that we call Oneida, the white pine. And so I thought, today, as being part of this presentation, give you that little information here today for all of you to have that same understanding as well. Thank you.
Now, Bernard Jude, a Menominee Tribal drum member, and Nels Hughes will describe to us the peace tree meaning.
Thank you, Dan. Well, we've learned a lot about the peace tree now from Robert Brown, didn't we? I didn't understand the whole first part, though. Struggled a little bit with that. But I wanted to have Bernard come up here just as a member of the Menominee tribe, doing things like this in this peace tree, and what we're able to offer you here, be able to come to, for us this is a faraway place, and be able to share something that we have, our forest, and things that we do, and the Oneida is doing the same. Bernard, what do you think this means to people of the tribe, to our children, and how can we help each other and help with the kids that are here today? Your thoughts on that?
Thank you. My name's Bernard Dowd. And too much of a speaker, but my son, he passed on speaking here, so I kind of said I would. So way Nels explained it to me was just to speak about what I know about our tree and speak from my heart. I grew up on a Menominee reservation. There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of big forest up there, and do a lot of gathering. And the teachings of our old ones, of our ones that passed on before us, our elders, just like I was mentioned here, stuff that's passed down from generation to generation. That's why my grandmother and my grandfathers, my aunts and uncles explained to us what we should do as a warrior of our tribe. We're supposed to we should take care of our elders and do anything for our people and our community. So what we started out before is our little dance group and our song. We've been doing this for the past few years there, so I took it as a big honor for us to be asked to come over here. Supposed to be a few more members of our drum group here, but from the sickness that is going around there, a few of them couldn't make it. But we come over here with an open mind, open hearts, and do the best we can for you. So I could explain about the tree here, those roots in there, I was listening to them speak there. And just like back home there, that's what it is. You go back and you can see where our old people, where they did this and they did that, as like you said, as their years grew on. And that unity that he spoke of, that's what those drums, we call them powwow drums, that was given to us as Indian people, Native people, to bring our tribes together. Almost like similar to a story to what the trees spoke about. All different tribes come together and powwow in a good way. That's where, like I say, it's almost the same meaning as everybody coming together and helping each other and working for one goal in life, and that for that unity and peace on Mother Earth here. Mother Earth, you treat her right. These trees and everything, they take care of us, provide us with food, water, housing. All this stuff comes from Mother Earth, and that's what we're taught as young Native people is respect Mother Earth, and she'll take care of us in the future, in our future generation. So I just like to say about that much. I'm glad to say a couple words here. I ain't no big speaker, I ain't no elder or anything like that, but I'm the oldest one of my family, and my children, my nephews, and my nieces, we go around and do this for different communities and different schools. So I took it as an honor, so I didn't have nothing prepared to say or anything, so I just spoke from my heart and the way I understand everything that we're doing here today. The more we come together, the more Mother Earth and our life will flourish. I just like to say about that much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I guess the challenge here, kids, would be this. We've got a lot of kids just like you. We'd like to reach out to you and learn what you're all about. Maybe you'd reach back to us. Let's do that. Let's get together. We have internet. We have Zoom calls. We all learned how to do Zoom calls now, right, teachers? We can all do that. I didn't know what that even was not too long ago. Let's reach out to one another. Let's start this new unity going. We all need it. And it starts right here with the peace tree.
right, next I'd like to welcome up Rosanna Sims to speak on behalf of our artist, Rozalia Hernandez Singh, about the mural and its symbolism.
Unfortunately, Rozalia Singh can't be here today, but I'm gonna give her speech for her. It's always an honor to create public art for the community, but this project really touched my heart. It was a great privilege to paint a mural in collaboration with the Menominee tribe, because it gave me a chance to show my respect and pay homage to the original people of this land. Everything about this project speaks to me. The whole process of the project was an amazing experience. I got to work with Candela and Natalie from MSOE and Dan from Milwaukee Rec Department, as well as Nels from the Menominee tribe. This team helped me guide my vision for what I wanted to portray in the mural. It was a joy to work with them because they were respectful and very down to earth. A challenge for me, my vision and design, was the extremely textured wall. I had to envision an amazing mural, but know that I would not be able to do crisp lines and fine details. Another thing that made this mural very special was seeing the regulars of the park, the neighbors with their kids, the daily dog walkers, and many of the students from Tamarack. Meeting all the locals, seeing their excitement as the transformation took place, gave energy that I was able to reflect in my mural. The owner of Waskies would check on me regularly and bring me water, and the beautiful people would cheer on with expressing their approval and excitement for the changes that they saw. I am very honored to be chosen to put my name on this public painting that represents unity, growing together as a community, and bringing life to a special area. Thank you.
All right, now I'd like to welcome up Nels and the rest of my MSOE student leaders for the official ribbon cutting. We will now have a brief intermission as the tribal team plays a traveling song for the students.
Okay, this song we're going to sing is called the Traveling Song. It was composed by an elderly gentleman that our beliefs and our understanding is this watches over us where we go and we come back home, watch over us safely. So as your kids are leaving here, we're asked to sing it for them as they're going back to the school. So we'll sing that now.
I'd now like to welcome up a representative from the Milwaukee Bucks, Arvind Gopalratnam.
Thanks, Owen. Thank you to Owen. Thank you to Nels, our friends from MSOE, MKU Rec, but also to our Lieutenant Governor who's here today, which I have to say, normally when we do press conferences, the person from the Bucks always goes after the Lieutenant Governor, but I guess that's what happens when you become world champions, right? So do we have any world champion fans out there? All right. Well, on behalf of the World Champion Bucks, I'm excited to be here today to support our friends from the Menominee Nation tribe. I don't know if a lot of people know, but the tribe has been great partners to the Milwaukee Bucks over the last few years. In fact, as a founding partner of our Wisconsin herd team up in Oshkosh, Nels and the group have been incredible in helping us establish our footprint in Oshkosh, but most importantly, being connected to the community up in Fox Valley. Many of our players have gone up there. Many of the players who ultimately have helped bring us a championship here to Milwaukee have played on the courts of our Oshkosh Arena, which comes from the forest of the Menominee Nation tribe. So think about that. Many of the NBA players that you see on TV, many of the players that come and play for the Bucks are playing on a court blessed by the tribe. And that's such an incredible connection that we have to the tribe itself. Listen, as I pass it on to the other speakers, I just want to say I'm grateful for all of you to be here. Kids, students, scholars. Part of the reason we're here is for you. We want you to know how much we all care about you and want to continue to build this community for all of you. And as I leave, I give you all a little message, right? This world, all these challenges that we see are things that you all can help us get better at. These are all things that you all can help us as leaders and as adults think about how do we improve our community. And so please know your voice matters. We value it. We expect you to speak your mind and help us be the change that we want to see in this community. So thank you to all of our partners here. It truly takes a village to make the change we want to see in our community, and Bucks are proud to be part of this village. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Arvind. Our next speaker is going to be Wisconsin's own Lieutenant Governor, Mandela Barnes. He serves as Wisconsin's 45th Lieutenant Governor. He is the first African American to serve as a Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin and the second African American to be elected to statewide office. Born and raised in Milwaukee, Lieutenant Governor Barnes is the son of a public school teacher and a manufacturing assembly line worker. A proud product of Milwaukee Public Schools and a graduate of Alabama A&M University. At the age of only 25, Lieutenant Governor Barnes was elected to Wisconsin State Assembly, where he served 2 terms. Now, as Lieutenant Governor, he serves as chair of the Governor's Task Force on Climate Change and also serves on the Governor's Health Equity Council, Governor's Council on Financial Literacy and Capability, Wisconsin's Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, Wisconsin's Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Task Force, and the statewide 2020 Census Complete Count Committee. Lieutenant Governor uses a platform of sustainability and equity to fight for solutions that invest in opportunities and fairness for every child, person, and family in Wisconsin, regardless of zip code. Please welcome up Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes.
Thank you so much for that introduction. This might actually be a little bit longer than my speech. Really happy to be here. Just want to thank you all for the amazing work that you've been doing. Want to just give a special recognition to the students because at this age, being outside, I don't know if I could have kept it together that long. So thank you all for being here and paying very close attention to this very special event. So again, I'm Mandela Barnes, Lieutenant Governor here in the state of Wisconsin. I want to especially thank once again the MSOE students, Milwaukee Rec and Menominee Tribal Enterprises for organizing the event and inviting me to speak. Last time I got to interact with the Menominee Tribal Enterprises, I was actually there. And I had a chance to see a lot of the work that's been done firsthand. And so just want to say it's such an honor to have you here in Milwaukee to have this ceremony, especially for the children who are growing up with the knowledge and understanding about diverse communities and how we're all interwoven into the fabric of the state of Wisconsin. Not enough students get that opportunity, and ultimately it's why we see a lot of the unfortunate discourse that we see all across this country. So really excited that you all are here, especially Having been able to take part in the Peace Tree virtual announcement back in March, to be here in person brings me such joy. And once again, I just want to give a special shout out to Nels, and very special recognition, who pours so much energy, so much time, dedication, and most importantly, love into this project. We all know that we're here because the peace trees serve as a symbol of peace, a symbol of unity, and a symbol of sustainability. It's a symbol that we all need as we've weathered through this pandemic and as it continues to rage on, and when many of us continue to feel dismay about how divided we sometimes may feel. I think we can look to symbols like the peace tree to be a guiding light for all of us, for a better tomorrow, a tomorrow where we all have the opportunity to thrive, a tomorrow where we all have access to opportunity. And it's also important to remember that the peace tree's branches work together to take in sunlight, as was mentioned before, and to sustain the life of the tree, as we all have to work together to take in the light and sustain the life of this planet. We too must find a way to come together, even though we find ourselves in difficult, challenging circumstances. And we know that we have to do more than just return to normal, because normal wasn't enough. Normal left far too many people behind. We know that we have to push forward together on this journey of progress. We have to address, in the most sincerest of terms, in the most direct terms, the issues of systemic racism, racial injustice, racial inequities, climate change, the issues of inequality and inequity that continue to plague this state and plague this country. We know that we all do better when we all do better. We know that a key part of that journey, progress, is for our youth to step up, but it's important that we as adults do everything that we can do to empower the next generation to be able to step up into leadership, because this is your world, and unfortunately a lot of folks didn't take it seriously. They disregarded the challenges that our planet has faced, and now we find ourselves in a crisis. But I know that we can get through this. I know that with the brain power, with the ingenuity, with the dedication, with the love and respect that we do have, we are more powerful than the forces that would ever hold us back. And that's why it's so great to see everybody out here rolling up sleeves, getting ready to get to work. That's why it's so great to see the MSOE students, tribal community leaders, and again, the youth that come together to organize this event and literally breathe life into the city of Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, with the planting of this tree. And just as the legend of the peace tree united a league of tribes, we hope that this tree continues to unite our community that seems so divided. Again, there's nothing that we can't get over if we work to overcome these challenges together. And I hope that it inspires us to always come together to solve the challenges of this generation and all the generations to come. And with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate the time, and let's take a few lessons from the peace tree. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Barnes. Next up, I'd like to welcome Milwaukee Public Schools' own superintendent, Dr. Posley.
Good afternoon. I'm Keith Posley, proud superintendent of Milwaukee Public Schools. We are honored to partner with the Milwaukee School of Engineering and the Menominee Tribal Enterprise to provide a location for Mural and planting of a white pine tree here at Pulaski Field. We are especially proud of our Mural artist, Rozalia Singh, who is a proud Bradley Tech graduate, our proud graduate. Yes, give her a round of applause. To look at this beautiful mural. And also I would like to recognize our amazing scholars, the students at Cass Street School, as well as the students from Tamarack Waldorf School that has been here with us this evening. And also the occasion. So you can just take a look at the beautiful mural, as well as the amazing white pine on my right. Families will come together, generations of children and a community will come together as a bridge of the community. And we talked about it takes a village to raise and educate a child. This is the pouring out of a village. To be able to take a look at this beautiful mural and look at the beautiful pine. And I ask that as the roots of this beautiful pine tree grows and stronger it will get over time, that our relationships in this city, this community, and this country will continue to grow. And as superintendent of Milwaukee Public Schools, I just want to say to each of you, thank you, and you all make us truly MPS proud. Thank you.
Now, we are going to mulch the tree. So, if I may have our representatives come up here so we can go ahead and mulch that tree, that would be awesome.
Ok, perfecto, perfecto. Deme un momento que estoy ocupado ahorita. Ok.
No. Oh, wait. No, sorry. I didn't have any.
You got 6 shovels?
I won.
We got one more?
Yeah, we're a little taller.
Oh, I want to take a personal Hey. What? I'm next to somebody important. I feel weird. Oh man.
All right, as we begin to wrap up our ceremony, I would like to welcome back up Nels Hughes and Bernard Dew to do the blessing of the tree.
Anagui, ne sadahunsi yoste, ne zay ne gatisu, ne akweko chinahte sawelu kanto unkayandake, pa chuknahte isu, ne washanto chinahte akweko hiwayataken haslang gahage. Anane doske, ne ga ika yudlahta se ko, ne ga ika nehta. Toske, ne sawelu, ne tunu andwete, chinahte, chotkut andwe yalake, ne ona kwego, ne hoskanhe, ne dioli waga, ne diukwali wayanawago, chukwe datsu, ne chuhunchade. Ta ne kwika ikawa islade akwego, ne tunu auli wage, ne akwego, ona ne tunu, wagwane heladunse, chotkut kwi ayun heke, Jotkot ayudli wahta ji tuhage ji nahte ne wawata honchowe ka ika ne wahislade. And so today we ask the Creator that all of the things that He has placed here for our well-being on this earth, very many things that we can mention within our thoughts. And today we say that this particular tree that we refer to as the tree of long leaves, the white pine, that this tree is a symbol of what we understand to be that brings us together as one mind, one heart, one spirit between one another as human beings here on this earth. And so we give thanks to this particular tree that would become a symbol for all the world, and we still see that continuing. Thank you.
As we close here, I'm going to do a closing prayer, and Robert will finish it off. That was the blessing. When we dug this tree on October 1st at the Menominee Tribe, we had people come out and do a blessing on the tree, just like we did for the Bucks floor, because we know it makes a difference. We get everybody involved, and that means the spirit. Things are going to be different. They're going to be better, and we're going to be led in a way that is pleasing to Him. So as we did that blessing there, and we dug out the tree, we just had that now where we're blessing it again. And now I'm going to pray for that tree as we close. Father, we want to thank you for all the opportunities that you gave us here today. Thank you for everyone that came and wanted to be a part of it. The idea seems to be so simple, but yet this has endured for hundreds of years. What is the meaning? And they are still practicing it today. May we find that new unity. May we find a peace that passes all understanding. May we continue to be the best we can always be for you. And we want to do it in always the nicest way we possibly can. We ask it in your name, and we thank you.
Naanagui ne huskanhe ne nawadu ne nyuwatnikula. Ne hakweko ne chinahte. Ne wasagwayat dalolux ne ka ika sagwayat disu wahislate. Huskanhe angahake ne nyuwatnikun. Ne datwata den hiladus yat de jungwe ne gantu ne mahislate. Ne hakweko honane tunu skanho toke kwi ka ika chinahte. Wadwali wahtajete ka ika wahislate. Ne ona kweko ne toska on kwahwe nunitse ne ni watikula ne de twata de hiladons yat de jungwe Ne wana nei sa hakpe gu chi nahte ne wahaya na kwatapo ne chi nu ne ni kwasita ka slakwa ne wana nei chotkot pi ne wana nei tuno andwa kwa hajes chi nahte skana ai kwanu tani chese ne wa pachila yang dos kado ka pi nei se gu yoli wayeli hajes ne tuno ne yoli wa os ka gu andwa pe nu ni se ne ni wa ni ko ne dat wata ne hela tu se akwe ku kahawi Yukino ha nature noon and it was it across the Dana Nathan dark and what you go. And Dana Nate Kayelia Quego, Henik Yohavito, Nate Holy Wakashan was a Goli Hondunus, Naji Nate Angali by and Wahag. Ne la Welo was Scan, Ne Nakayana Wakonjas, Ginate Gaya, Nature Hunjade, Ginate, Nairly what the jade. Kadoka Queen, they say, go any good go flowed. Naji no never so good go play. Bos kakpi andwa pe nuni nai kwa di kongla ne dat wat ne hela don se yoli hawa nans e chi nu ne was bol bayan ne wona ne chi na ti was kan ne do hoti li bayan wa chi na te ne nyur jela ne jo hun cha de ta na ne thun ya ta na ko and ana ne ka yeli akwe ko ne thunu ne chi na te ne was bol hun don ya se kai no hun be da ke ne wona ne dos akwe ko chi na te ne una ne wa awan ne una ne kui ka ikan was ko dan ne was ko na dan ye ta se ne kan ne chu cha ti ne una ne akwe go ne thunu ne wa do dashi ne ji na tes and what we want to do ha ne no cha ge ne di ko ta ka to ko kui ne se ko ne thunu ne ni wat thun dang se you what we want to do se ne ji ni ole ne ni wat ko Bos ka kui and wa wi no ni se ne ni wa ni ko yetin hela dun se kai ni u kai dake ne ona nei sang sa kwa ya dis ne ona ne akwe u chi no ne ona ne tunu ne ona ne wa hanak ti san ne chi no ne na hat lu dake wa hakwe kus ka na I kon ton ni te se ke ta na ne tun ya ta na na ko and ana ne no swal ke kui ka I ka wa ni sla de toni ole wa kwa ni wat we ni ne chi na te ne wa wa to honchu ne akwe ko ne hos kan onang kakashung ko ne ne wat ko was kana ko pi andwa ne chi du ne ne kana ne ko I kons kai ka wa sa de ne chi a kwe ko o da ne no chot ai wa ya ande ka ni ko li o ne ka no sa ne ya te ju we da so le ne tu ni ole ne ma ka li wat we ni ne chi na ne wa wat ko so today as we all have gathered here we say that we were all given that allowance by the Creator to come together here today and to meet one another and to greet each other as human beings here on this earth. And so all of the things that had transpired here on this day, that we give acknowledgement and we give thanksgiving, that we are all come together for this purpose, for this meaning of the things that we addressed here today. And so we give thanksgiving for all of the things that was placed here on this earth, that we still see that it is still continuing. This is what we say is the responsibility that the Creator has given us to ensure that we still continue the responsibility we've been given for all of the things here on this earth that we call our mother. And so we put our minds together as one, give acknowledgement for everything that is a part of this earth. And we as human beings as well, we give acknowledgement to one another, so be it our minds. We also give acknowledgement to the various forces that are around us, and so that they were appointed by the Creator to work hand in hand with all of the things here on earth. So the various forces that we mention is the winds that circulate around us. And we also mention the thunders that bring in the rains and replenish all of the water life here on this earth. And we also give thanksgiving to the sun, that he gives us the daylight so we can see all of the things here on this earth. And the moon that works hand in hand with all of the female sides of life here on this earth. And the stars that work hand in hand with our grandmother the moon. And so we give acknowledgement that they are still continuing the responsibility that they have been given, so be it our minds. We also give acknowledgement and thanksgiving for all of the various things, the teachings that we've been given, through the songs, through the dances, through the speeches, ceremonies that we have, that we are still continuing the very best that we can within all of our nations here on this earth. So we give acknowledgement to the four directions as well, that they are still continuing. We still seek out the various things, the teachings they are giving us. And so we also give overall thanksgiving to the Creator here on this day on behalf of all of the people here that have gathered, from the children all the way to the young people, the adults, and also to the elders that have gathered here today. We give you acknowledgement and we give you thanksgiving. And so as we depart our minds here today, we ask that everyone get home safely, and that we ask that we always continue that understanding between one another, that caring and that love that we should have for one another as human beings here on this earth. Thank you.
Finally, we acknowledge in Milwaukee that we are on traditional Potawatomi, Ho-Chunk, and Menominee homeland along the southern shores of Michigami, North America's largest system of freshwater lakes, where the Milwaukee, Menominee, and Kinnickinnick rivers meet, and the people of Wisconsin's sovereign Anishinaabe, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Oneida, and Mohica nations remain present. Now, for our traveling song, we'll welcome back up the tribal drum team. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Explain a little bit about traveling song. Like I said a little bit before, this is the Creator understands all languages. So I asked a speaker at home, one of my relatives, and to the best explain the meaning to me of the song, and that's what it is. It's for the living, the ones that are still living and walking on Mother Earth here. They watch over you safely when you get home, so no harm comes to you on your way home. That's the best way I can explain it, because this was the words of it is another tribe's language, but it was intended for the use in a good way. So we sang it before once, so that'll cover us. So we'll sing now. We'll sing a couple verses of an old song that is my elders used to sing a long time ago. And I just thank yous, and appreciate being asked to come do this for you.
Thank you. Get to know somebody next to you. Say hi to them.
You can get up, leave, whatever. Just sing. You ain't got to stand there, special or nothing like that. This is sing it on the way out or whatever. It's up to you.